I forgot the button to switch screen, but I think it's this one. There. Oh my god, I forgot to turn on the lights. Ah, the green screen. No. You're gonna see through the green screen, not without these lights. There we go. There we go. Hey, cool. What's up, Survivalists? It's Shave Team W&J here. Welcome to episode 32 of the Levaslier production diary. Oh my god. Everything is in complete disarray because I'm not supposed to be streaming on Friday, but shit came up. Anyway, few things. I think I see Josiah and Angelo are in the stream already. Angelo just said WACOM. I think you're trying to go for like the I don't know what that meme is, but like when you're gonna go do something, but then you add the like int at the end. So like streaming, if I'm gonna cancel the stream on Thursday, I'd say like Thursday we're streaming. I think he's trying to go for that with the WACOM. Anyway, few things. First of all, we got the Aether working. We decided to go with Aether Legacy instead of Aether 2 because there just isn't enough stuff in Aether 2 to make it interesting. So we've got the Aether Legacy working on 1.12.2. We've got the server up, so everything's good to go. Right now, what we plan to stream on is on Sunday. And I feel like Sunday on the same time should be good, but we'll have to wait and see. Once I get back to Hong Kong, however, that's going to be a different... once I get back to Melbourne, that'll be a different story. Once I get back to Melbourne, I'm going to start streaming on... streaming the Aether on Saturday. I'm TSG, says hi. Hey, welcome to the stream. We just started, so nice to see you here. What is that in my mouth? Okay. So, what does that mean for the Thursday streams? Will the Thursday streams get canceled? No. The Thursday streams will stay as the Thursday streams, and we're going to be doing Levaslier related stuff. So today I'm going to be drawing on Photoshop without a WACOM, because I'm dumb and I didn't bring my WACOM. And then on Saturday/Sunday is when we're going to be streaming the Aether stuff. 2 streams. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I don't think we'll be building much today. Let me switch to the screen here so you can start seeing what I'm doing. Cool. Hold on. The keybinds are messed up. Oh, dear. I'm not sure. I can't hit the numpad anymore because the numpad is all bound to my stream controls. So I feel like I've done something that I'm not supposed to do. Anyway, so this is a character for Levaslier. This is going to be our antagonist, our main antagonist. Good news is that we've got his character profile set up. So you know how like I've been doing these videos like Chief recording himself talking about the different characters. I've just finished doing his. Everything is done. We're just getting his character art done. And then we should have a Levaslier video coming up on next Wednesday. Yep. Like I was saying earlier, I don't think we'll be building much today. I don't know where Harry is. Hey Eric, do you mind doing me a favor and sending a message to Harry to see what he's doing?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah, so this is our antagonist. I haven't introduced him in any of the media yet, so I'm gonna leave a lot of the information about the character for the Wednesday video. Today is just going to be focusing on drawing without a WACOM. For those who don't know what a WACOM is excuse me. A WACOM is like an art tablet, so you connect it to your computer, and it's like you're drawing on paper. The benefit of having a WACOM tablet instead of drawing on mouse is that, so you see how when I'm drawing like this, right, I'm just using my mouse and I'm clicking, the thickness of this line stays exactly the same. I'm not sure if you guys can actually see it because of the, here, this will be better. The thickness of the line stays exactly the same. With a WACOM, the harder I press, the thicker it'll get, and the lighter I press, the thinner it'll get, and this allows me to put, like, more emphasis on say, like, if I had a WACOM, I'd be, like, putting more emphasis on, you know, that, and on there, for example, instead of the edges. Can't do that. Like, doing what I just did is a very difficult thing to do because, like, the lines they look all jaggedy and whatnot. Josiah says, Chief, you're not on screen. What? Oh. There we go. We are now. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. So, no, what I was trying to say was, okay, here we go. Here's no WACOM, right? So we're just gonna draw this. It's a shape I'm gonna keep it simple, like that, right? That's a nose, for example. The thickness is exactly the same. I could use the eraser when I don't have a tablet, and I would just do, oh fuck, that's bad, like that, and start shaving it off like so, and that would put more emphasis on the end of the nose there, just for example. But this is a very bad way to do it because it's very, very jaggedy. I don't get smooth lines with that, and so that's why the Wacom is good for drawing. So the rest of the art here is, it's literally just one diameter brush. It's a 5 diameter brush, so it's not. I feel like I could put in the extra effort and start trimming these down like that. I feel like that might be a good idea since I have time anyway. But what I'm scared of is if I fuck it up like that. See how it just doesn't look good. Anyway, if you're wondering, I do have a Wacom. It's just I'm dumb and I didn't bring it back from Canada. Sorry, Australia.
Wasn't Harry supposed to lend you one?
Yeah, but like, I have to go to his house and collect it. I just haven't gone to his house. Oh hell no.
That's a problem.
So the process of drawing this dude, I drew this. So you might notice that first. The big thing you're gonna notice is that this doesn't have the typical Minecraft style because I'm working on the shift towards the what do you call it? What do you call it? The animatic style, which takes like a bit which takes a step back from the typical Minecraft thing. Usually I draw every character in a really blocky style, which, you know, it's like on the Lev shirt. This is the style that I like. I'm really tiny right now. Sorry, I just had to see my script myself there. But this is like my first time trying to go to a different style. I'm not that good at drawing the other styles, but I think this turned out like half decent. Angelo says, have you tried pen tool, then stroke, then simulate pressure or something? So you're at, like, there's a pen tool here that I rarely use, but the pen tool allows you to draw lines like this, for example. Oh, that's a terrible line. Let's do like that or something. And then, the chat's in the way. I'm just gonna hide the chat for a second. I should be able to turn that into... I'm not that familiar with the pen tool. I just not... Yeah, no. No, I haven't bothered too much with the pen tool. Josiah says, alas, poor Machinima, Bragger and I did our best for you. Yeah, no, I'm not ditching the idea yet. It's just, right now, the fastest thing I can do is the what do you call it? The words keep slipping out of my mouth. The animatic style, yeah. And the other day someone asked me on the Discord server about PAX 2019. I've already submitted my documents to the PAX guys, so I think I'm gonna be going to PAX again. But this time, instead of speaking about Lev, what I plan to do is talk about creation of lore. So it's, I think in my brief that I sent the PAX guys, I said I don't want this to be just a talk on, you know, how do you write stories. No, I want it to be what is the, it's gonna be very specific, right? Because I only have 1 hour on my panel. It's gonna be very specific. It's gonna be like answering questions such as what's the fastest way to name 6 different cities on my map, and that could help create lore. Like, and how can I name those cities with meaning as well? Because that is very helpful when you're trying to create worlds and whatnot. So answering questions like that to help do lore, or just like the overall process of making a lot of deep lore within a very short amount of time. That's what the this time's panel is gonna be about. Angelo says, oh, right click then add stroke, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna try that again. That's with the pen tool. Pen tool, 1, 2, 3, alright, whatever. Right click and then fill stroke path. Ah, simulate pressure, okay. Wait, that I did it with a pencil, hold on. Stroke path, brush. I feel like it didn't really add much pressure, but it could be because the brush size is teeny tiny. Yeah, brush size is on 2 right now. Let me undo that. I'm gonna set the brush size to like 30. That's way too thick. Like that. P. Stroke path. Brush. Nah, I don't see nothing. I don't know. Don't know how to use the pencil. That's alright, though. Oh, shit. What else is new? Wait, Eric, have you got a reply from, my man yet, Harry? Did you catch that? Wait, is Eric here?
Yeah, what's up?
Did you get a response from, Harry yet?
Nope.
Oh.
She's offline, so it'll take a while.
Yeah, I think you might be. He's probably busy with school or something. That's fine, though.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what that simulate pressure button even does. Because it doesn't look like it added any pressure at all. Like, if that did work, that'd be great. But as far as I can tell, that didn't do anything. Like, at all. I'm not sure what that was supposed to do. I feel like I should get some more music playing this time, because there's not really much that's going to happen on the stream other than some drawing. Oh, fuck.
How did you come up with the design with the antagonist?
Oh, right, yeah. So, the dude's name is Dowd. And well, it's Dowd with an apostrophe in the middle. That's what we came up with. And this is based heavily on the dude from Dishonored. So if you take a reference picture, if you search up Dowd on Google, you're going to get a picture of Dowd from Dishonored, and you're going to see how the outfit is relatively the same. Like, he's going to have a diagonal belt, he's going to have a horizontal belt, he's going to have a red jacket. And he's going to have some of these gloves. And that's virtually the same. But I didn't copy the design from him. Because I named him after the dude, but we already had a model of a red-jacketed general for Sakrasara that I found online somewhere, and I changed a little bit. If you go back to, like, 2017, say, before we even had a name for Dowd, there's a video of me testing my animations, and it's, like, Chief punching or kicking Dowd in the face or whatever. That's a skin we were going to use. And so when I looked up Dowd from Dishonored, and I realized that they had such similar outfits, I thought, okay, well, Dowd from Dishonored has a lot more high-resolution features. I'm just going to take a look at that and take what I want. I ended up taking the jacket, and I added a few things. So I added these, like, military badge thing. I don't know what these are called. These, like, cuffs things. I changed up the gloves a little bit so that they'd be more leathery. Belts haven't changed at all, I don't think. His inside shirt, I made it a beigey color. It was just like a color that seems to fit. And the shins here are what I'm thinking of, because he's got these bronze-ish shin armor. But in lore, we have this substance called a dwarven metal. And there's 3 tiers of dwarven metal. There's like a silver, a gold, and then like a diamond tier dwarven metal. And these are like the strongest metals in the entire universe. But those are unique to the dwarves, and the Sakrasarans are not with the dwarves. So I can't say that this is dwarven armor. I could just say this is like bronze armor or something like that. That would work too. Taking a look at this, all the metal on Dowd is this metal. So I'm guessing their main metal would be bronze or something. Think about even in the prologue of Levaslier, where, hold on, Harry, can you reconnect? The sounds back looping. Sorry. Think about in the prologue of Levaslier. These guys, there's a lot of Sakrasaran warriors, and they all have kopeshes, which are these ancient Egyptian swords which, like, curve. Like, I can do a quick drawing. Like, they look like that, right? Like, that's the handle, that's the blade. those are all made of the same material as well. So I feel like if they all have the bronze, or like maybe a special type of bronze that's unique to Sakurasaran, I think they should all use that material. Josiah says, I think you probably have to define the pressure throughout the line somehow. Like, you have to do with curves and stuff. I did do with curves just now. Angelo says, if you want to try again, you have to choose the brush that has pen pressure in it. Hard round brush is the name, and then simulate pressure. Alright, let me try that pressure. I'm not gonna use it because I feel like it's gonna take more time for me to learn it than it is, like, than it's gonna, you know, just me doing it regularly. So I'm gonna curve. I'm gonna draw like an S or something. Like, that's not how you draw an S, but whatever. There you go. And then on my brush, I'm gonna select. It's already on hard round, but I'm going to make sure that it has pen pressure enabled. That's right. I think that's pen pressure. Yeah, that's pen pressure. And then brush, right click, stroke path, simulate pressure. Yeah, you're right. It did work. It did work. I just had to turn on the pressure brush. So if I click, I don't know how to click off the thing. Can you stop? No, stop. Did it work? Yeah, so see, yeah, there you go. It worked. There you go. Cool. Yeah, I had to turn on pen pressure right there. Yeah, cool. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna use it because it just takes too much fiddling to deal with. What did I miss in the chat? Angelo says, Dwarven metal reminds me of Skyrim. Josiah says his boot things could be bronze covered, so they have a super thin layer of bronze to make it look really nice. Maybe the Dwarven metal really clashes with his outfit, sorry. But the cool thing would be then if they got damaged and you got to see the Dwarven metal through the bronze. That's interesting, because I'm not sure about the plate. I think I'll just give him a separate material, because the dwarves don't give their materials to the Sakurasaurans. That's by lore. Harry, I figured out some grand deluxe level lore as I was sleeping last night. I'm gonna tell you after the stream. Like, high level lore. I'm not even kidding. Such good lore.
Am I lagging? Am I lagging still, by the way?
No, you weren't lagging just now. What was happening was I was speaking, and then the sounds were coming out of your earphones and then going back into your mic. So it was coming out as like... Yeah. Sorry. Angelo says, I think Harry's trying to talk. Yeah, you got the talk now. No, so I can talk about the lore of the Dwarven metal. Because I put a lot of thought into this. Harry, I'm not sure if you remember this. But, so we have... Do you guys know the poster with... Hang on, let me take a look at this. Alright, so let me switch my camera. Am I on my face cam right now? I better be on my face cam. I'm not on my face cam. I was on my face cam. I am now lagging. There we go. Alright, cool. So, here. I'm not sure you guys can hear me, but his face is invisible now. The axe here. This axe of Chafes. It's a pole axe. It's called Gandalfable. There is meaning behind that word. It's not just a random word that I blurted out. Gandalfable is created from Dwarven metal, and its intention was it was solely made with the purpose of defeating Windshear, which is Arkosh's sword, which is a silver sword, like a silver greatsword, basically. I can yank that off, but I'm not... Fuck it. Hold on. I'm gonna yank an old drawing off my board, and I'll just stick it back on after that. Here. This is an ArcDoc drawing from 2013. So, old-ass drawing. 2013, right? You might have seen this if you followed the channel for a long time. But that's Windshear. That big-ass sword right there, that's Windshear. That's their unique sword. The Levaslier unique sword. Oh. Got it. But they're both made of Dwarven metal, so why do they look so significantly different? So what I have is the weakest form of Dwarven metal is this goldish looking orange metal stuff it's pretty common, right? It's just like a piece of metal, and it's not that strong. It's the weakest of the three. Once you put it through a dwarven forge or something, you can purify the metal a little bit, and that's gonna give you the silver type of metal. Because you managed to knock all the whatever the orange stuff is within that alloy that makes it a metal. That gold stuff is making the entire metal more heavy, and it's also making it weaker. So by smithing it, you're actually able to smith out the yellow stuff and separate it, right? And then you end up with the pure silver metal that is lighter and stronger, which is very unique because there's no material on Earth that gets lighter and stronger. Usually things get lighter and weaker, right? With that silver block of metal, you're able to smith a lot of dwarven stuff. But if you take that silver metal and you put it through the Great Forge, which is the biggest forge in the entirety of Dorg, the city of the dwarves. Once you put it through there and you push it under extremely high pressures, which only the Great Forge can do, you can forge a transparent blue form of dwarven metal, and you're gonna get very little of it. So it's extremely, extremely rare. But you've smithed out literally every single bad stuff out of the ore to make it extremely lightweight. Not so lightweight as like this tissue paper, but like it's lightweight enough that it's easy to manipulate. It's not heavy as hell. But all the material is condensed to the point where it's almost impossible to break. And that's what the axe is made of. So that's the lore behind the dwarven metal. Also, the dwarven weapons are the only weapons that can damage the Enderman in Levaslier lore. Only pure dwarven metals, that is. If a dwarven metal weapon, say a dwarven sword, cuts through a person, the person's gonna bleed all over the sword. The iron from the blood will fuse with the metal, causing it to be impure. So the more people you kill with a dwarven weapon, the worse the state is gonna be. You can purify by putting it through the Great Forge in Dorg. But the second it becomes impure, you can no longer cut the Enderman with it. So it has to be a pure weapon. There's some lore stuff for you. There you go. I'm not sure if Harry remembers that.
At this point, I'm not sure what is or is not holiday.
I feel like that's not a holiday because that's never talked about in the stream, in the show.
Yeah.
Like that's not a related thing to the show. All we know in the show, never mind. I was literally about to say, so this is what happens in the show.
No.
What? Why am I not?
I think people might be able to make some connections with their with some of the lore stuff that we have already discussed.
Well, that's a good connection for them.
Out.
Well, I have talked about. I've spoken about the assault on Dorg before.
Yep.
Which is an event that happens in the show.
Yeah.
And we also know that the Great Forge is used to purify weapons.
Yes. Let's not go any further.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I think we got far enough.
I can keep talking about more lore stuff that won't go into the lore. What the fuck am I saying? I was trying to say that won't go into spoilers, but as I said that, I read Angelo's sentence that wrote, "Harry, your mic is barocco. Barocco." He says, so my brain just like went. Josiah says, so can you tell us all about the Enderman, as long as it's something we don't learn through the course of the show? I could. I'm just wondering how much I can talk about. I could talk about the new lore, because it doesn't have anything to do with the actual show. Yeah, I could. Alright, Harry, well, you're in for some new lore as well, because, Harry, you don't know this, okay? So I was thinking about this literally last night. Guys, the best time to think about lore is when you're taking a shower, taking a shit, or when you're right about to sleep, but you can't sleep. Those are the best times.
Wait. Wasn't that shower thought for after stream? Because...
Yeah, no, but I was thinking about it, and it's like, it's lore stuff that doesn't relate to the actual show.
Okay, so after
it's like if I talk about... I'm gonna reveal this right now. If I talk about Elthium, that has nothing to do with the show, so I'm fine talking about that. You get me?
Sure.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so I was thinking about how these races came onto the land of Lazuria, Sacrasara, or whatever. While we were drawing the map of Lazuria, which I happen to have right on me right now, this is the entire map of Lazuria and Sacrasara. We finished the entire map with, with new towns and fortresses and whatnot. So they're all here. It looks great. Harry, the names on these maps are great. I figured this out. I'm gonna say this during the PAX presentation, but I figured out what. Okay, do you guys play Skyrim, or do you guys play the Elder Scrolls and know anything about the Elder Scrolls? Because Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind takes place on the island of Vardhan Fell. Take a look at Vardhan Fell over here. That has nothing to do with Vardhan Fell. I didn't even think of Vardhan Fell. I was naming this place. I'm gonna talk about this during the PAX presentation if I talk about lore. How do you name towns? I was looking at this area. This is a town right here. It's in between Lazuria and Sakrasara, and there's literally nothing here. It's barren. It's also a field. So I looked at the two situations and I wrote barren field. Okay, that's way too obvious, and I'm gonna have to change the word a little bit. An easy way to change field is to change it to feld or fell. I went with feld at first. And I was looking at barren, and I was like, okay, what can I do with change of barren? There's two R's here. I can manipulate some of these words. I'm gonna change one of the R's to a D. Bardenfeld. And I read that out loud. I was like, hold on. Bardenfell. Bardenfell? Vardenfell. And I thought about Vardenfell from Morrowind. What is Vardenfell? It is a barren field with a volcano on it. And I was like, that's how they came up with Vardenfell. It's a barren field. That's the word origin. It's barren field. That's it. So that was like a big revelation for me. Anyway, so I got Vardenfell over here, which is an awesome place. Anyway, that was off topic. We got the map fully drawn out, and we have a location on the map that's important to lore, like right outside, right over where my mouse is. But it doesn't fit with Sakrasara because it's not Sakrasaran territory, nor is it Lazurian territory. So we thought about what's the location over here. Like, what territory does it belong to? And I've always wanted a elven race with magical powers because we have magic. We have magic in Levaslier lore, but the magic is very weak. So there must the magic must originate from somewhere. Elves in a lot of different lore from history is a magical race. So I thought, okay, well, easy, elves. I'll just have elves. I've got dwarves, I've got humans. Why not have elves? Why not, right? We have elves over there, and so we're gonna have to name this area, this piece of land, over something to do with the elves. In Norse mythology, which is used in Levaslier already, in Norse mythology, the domain of the elves is called Alfheim. I didn't want to use Alfheim, so I just thought about manipulating that word a little bit more. Alfheim, Alfheim, Alfeum, Alfeum, Elthium. Elthium. There we go. And we got Elthium. So Elthium is going to be the state on the right side of Sakrasara, and that's going to be the home of the elves. So I was thinking about the lore. I was like, okay, do the elves know the Lazurians? Do they know the Sakrasarans? What's going on here? The Lazurians landed on this piece of land about 1,000 or more so years ago. So they've had 1,000 or more so years to develop this piece of land. There's no way they don't have any idea what Elthium is. So they know Elthium. Okay. And then that's where I stopped talking with Harry. We figured out Elthium and we're like, okay, cool. And I'm going to finish the rest of the map. I did the rest of the map. I did all this. Last night I'm thinking, right? Oh, Bragger is here. Bragger said, I heard Norse. I was called. Good. You're about to hear some deep lore on the Lev and the origin of Lazuria and of Sakrasara. How these places came to be. That's what I thought of. These guys landed in way before the Lazurians came. There was I might have to revise this a little bit, right? But I'm just gonna blurt it out from what I remember. There's a race of people living here, I think. Yeah, there was just like a race of people living on this piece of land. They were just, doing their own thing, like tribal people, right? The elves from Elthium came over, and because they had all their magical abilities, the tribes here didn't stand a chance against them. So the elves enslaved all the people on this land. By the way, are you guys looking at me or the stream? Or the screen. Yeah, you guys are looking at the screen. Good. Okay, just make sure. Oh shit. Wait, what the hell? Get in. Okay. All right. So the elves enslaved all the people here. And then at one point, because they were... What was it again? Wait, shit. Hold on. Back up. See, this is what I'm talking about. Here's the thing. When I think of new stuff, I never write it down. If it stays in my head, it's a good idea. If it leaves my head, it's a shit idea that doesn't even deserve to be written down. That's why I never write anything down. All right, so I'm gonna be going back and forth a little bit. Right? Okay. The original tribes here, they had magical abilities, but not as strong as the elves. So when the elves came over, they enslaved all the guys here, and they also built a crystal on top of this place right here called White Rock. You know what? Let me open this file in Photoshop because it's easier for me to navigate in Photoshop than it is in Preview. There you go. Oh shit, that's a chat.
Oh, you're using Preview. Huh?
No, I was using the Windows version of Preview. It sucks. All right, so over here at White Rock, they built a huge crystal over here. And what the crystal does is suck up all the energy of the tribes, all the mana of the tribes within this region. So the tribes people no longer had access to magic. They were completely all their magic power was sucked up onto this crystal on White Rock. So the tribes there were enslaved completely with no magical power, no way to fight back. The people who tried to rebel were forced to dig at Iron Forge Mountain, where there was a lot of ore, like good stuff. These prisoners would have a curse put on them that would like kind of turn their nose black, and that would show like distinctly show that these guys are prisoners, and they would work for the rest of their lives digging into Iron Forge Mountain. Meanwhile, the elves and the rest of the tribesmen, they lived as, you know, the elves, they commanded them, and they like built all across this entire land. At some point, the elves decided that they wanted to go back home, but they wanted someone to stay in control here. So not all the elves, some of the elves. What they did was they bred with the original tribes people. So some tribes people had some magical abilities. And those would later become the Sacrosarans. Most of the elves ended up leaving, so there were just a few elves left, and then most of the tribesmen now had little bits of mana in their bodies, not enough to cast powerful magic, but they were also slaves, so they had pretty strong builds. The guys in Ironforge and Dorg, the prisoners there, they ended up being the dwarves, because they ended up being locked underneath for so long. Sooner or later... No, that seems about right. Yeah. So now we have a race of tribes people with little bits of magicka, some elves with them, commanding them, and we have some dwarves living in the city of Dorg. And we have a big crystal on top of White Rock. That's all the important stuff. Now the Lazurians come from the west side of the map on a ship, and they land at Riverkeep. That's the first place they land. Hence why we have, it's such a simple name. There's a keep. They built a keep right here next to a river. This is the first basin that they found, the first body of water. It's called First Basin. Once they landed here, they kept on pushing forward, and they defeated all the tribesmen here, including the dwarves. They just kept pushing. Keep in mind, none of the Sacrosarans want to be there, because they're basically the elves' bitch, so to speak, right? They're not as strong as the guys working in Dorg. The Dorg guys, surprisingly, because they were so strong, they were able to repel a lot of the elves. So Dorg is now an independent nation because of how strong all the dwarves are, right? Either way, they keep fighting. They keep pushing back the Lazurians. They keep pushing back, the tribesmen, and they push them all the way back down into Sacrosara. So that's why there's Sacrosara here. All the tribesmen are now building in Sacrosara. They become the Sacrosarans. While they pushed up, Dwarg got notice that the Lazurians here, and the dwarves, they ended up teaming with the Lazurians to fight back against the elves and everything else. In the process, they wanted their mana back, so they built a machine to smash the crystal at White Rock. They built such a powerful machine that it completely shattered the crystal. Keep in mind that that crystal stores all the mana of every single person there, so it's extremely powerful. They broke that, which caused an explosion. The explosion was so big, it wiped out the entire world. Except it didn't. It was so powerful, it ruptured like space and time itself. So even though it was supposed to blow up the entire world, it didn't do anything. It just shattered the crystal. But it released so much power, it shook the space-time continuum, which linked 2 different dimensions together.
Big show.
That big shook. That connection of the 2 dimensions, that's where the Endermen come from. That's how the Endermen are able to bridge the gap into this world. And through that, that leads into the first like Enderman invasion. And that's, I'm gonna leave it there. That was like 1,000 years ago before Levaslier lore, right? So I'm just gonna keep that out there. That's 1,000 years before, right? There you go. Josiah says, also seeing this map, I see why Dire Shield is so important. Absolutely. Josiah says, I kind of contest the never write anything down. Sometimes I'll start immediately trying to write down a scene that pops in my head so I don't lose it, specifically because I really like it. I get where you're coming from, but I have to force myself not to do that. Because if I don't do it, right, and I keep thinking about it, it's going to stay in my thought and it's going to be good, right? If I think it's a really good idea on the instant and I don't leave it and I don't write it down, and it never comes back into my head, it's gone, right? It's fine. I can come up with something even better. But if it stays in my head and I keep thinking about it and I keep developing it, it's gonna start branching out. It's gonna start branching out so much. Like that idea is all I have to do is keep thinking about it. And once I've thought about it enough and I managed to connect it back into the original lore. So say for example, all that stuff that I just said, the big thing there is the origin of the Ender. That's the big part. That's how I connected everything back together, right? Once you have that connection, that's never going away. Like that gets solidated in lore. If you don't have that connection, if I said all of that without telling you how the Ender came in, it would be the origin of the Lazurians and the Sacrosarans, but that would be it. There's no major connection there. But the 2 universes linking together, that's how it sticks. Desire says the idea I'm thinking of was like a full scene though, not exactly the same thing. Okay, yeah, okay, if you have a full scene. I don't want to talk too much about... I mean, it's fine. I can repeat this at PAX, right? I don't mind. I don't mind telling you guys this. But, so Josiah, you were here for the first PAX panel. But the way I write stories, and Harry can attest to this, is we think about scenes that are cool. And then we link them up later on. Right?
Yeah.
That's 99% of the time how we do it.
Yes.
A prime example, Dire Shield. Arkosh's assault on Dire Shield. That was an afterthought. We never thought Arkosh would go into Dire Shield one day before the events of episode 1. All I knew was PAX is coming up. I need to make an animation. I need something that's cool. What's cool? Arkosh attacking something. What's something? Dire Shield. We didn't have Dire Shield. We didn't have a name for Dire Shield yet.
Oh, we had.
Did we? Okay, we had it. Okay. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, because it was for the other. Yeah, okay. It was for the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Dire Shield, key location. All right, we know it's a key location. Arkosh is the cool guy. Let's do it. Let's have him invade Dire Shield. Why? They took it. and then we'll work off of that. We're like, okay, if they took it, how do they take it? We'll work backwards. How do they take it? All right, they pushed up from this direction. From East Hill, they took Vardhan Fell. They took everything. They got up. Why do they take it? We think of all of that. Who took it? All of that just starts filling into place. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, scrap. Move on to the next idea. But it all originated from, Arkosh is cool, Dire Shield is important, let's have them get together. That tiny little idea. And then you get a ton of those ideas, you link them all together, that's how we get the Levaslier lore. It's a lot of cool things put together. Josiah says, it was a full scene that popped into my head, then you make notes. Yeah. I mean, if it's important enough for you to write it down, I guess it's like super important. I rarely write anything down. I mean, there's a book here on my table that is labeled Levaslier. And this has... Excuse me, this is some cool stuff on it. Like, the magic... Excuse me. The magic system is on this book. Oh! Well, wouldn't you take a look at that? My voice cracked. Wow. Alright, so... Harry. How old is this, you think? It is,
Which one?
It's the map of Far Reach. Before we started building Far Reach.
Jesus.
Look how, I mean, we almost got it picture to picture. We have the entrance on this side. going in. We've got the prison on this side, which is this big U shape, which you guys have seen before. We've got the port over here and like the flamethrower thing. Except our see the flamethrower here goes in. Our flamethrower we actually built goes out. And then we've got the castle up at the top. So we followed it almost picture to picture, to be honest.
Yep. Looking at it right now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Pretty much.
Magic is also a big thing when you're talking about lore development.
Definitely.
Because
I think for anything with magic, explaining their magic is always the most interesting.
Maybe not explaining the magic, more so limiting the power of the magic. Because magic doesn't exist in the real world, obviously. So you have to very clearly state where it cannot go. Because
I mean, like, in terms of viewers. Like, for viewers, probably finding out how the magic works is the more interesting aspect. If you're, like, really into this
I don't think so, because it's like, how does the magic work in Harry Potter? All I know is they say some words and then it comes out of their wands.
Okay. Yeah.
We don't understand the concept of mana in that world. We don't understand what type of magic. Like, what is, what's a spell? Like, Crucio or Crucius or whatever, the one that Voldemort uses? What is that? We don't know what that is. It's just something.
Yeah. True.
Right? But where it is important is the limitation of saying, you know, in Harry Potter, for example, nobody casts a spell that's instant death. Nobody says instantus deathus, and then the person just dies. That spell doesn't exist.
Technically, Voldemort's is.
But he gets hit by something. He gets hit by like a laser or something, right? The red
you
thing.
do have to be hit by the spell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have to get hit by it. But because magic doesn't exist, we have to explicitly state or imply that there is no spell instantus deathus and kills the entire planet.
Right.
That spell doesn't exist, right? Because that's ridiculous. Josiah says it's Avada Kedavra. Isn't that just abracadabra? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, with that's the first thing. You have to draw the limitation of how powerful it can be. Second thing is, a big problem is when you have magic that goes back in time. Time travel, man, that fucks your story. Time travel is extremely difficult to do.
Yeah.
Very difficult because you always get the paradox, especially when you go. Yeah. No matter whether you're going forward or backward, it's gonna cause a big problem because someone's always gonna ask if you go back in time and kill your own father, what's gonna happen? Like, it's a very difficult thing to answer. There are ways around it. Say for example, the universe will always find a way. So if I go back in time and I kill my own father, someone else is going to be my father and it's going to give birth to me, or something like that, right? I don't know. That was just like a brain fart. So for the magic system in Lev, there's a big limitation, and it's the reason you don't see much magic in Lev. It's because magic is extremely weak. By the way, the explosion that the dwarves did on the crystal, that didn't restore everyone magical power. It just obliterated the power. So everyone still has low levels of mana, not very strong mana, except the elves. Elves have high mana. But we don't have time travel. We don't have. I think the limitations are we don't have time travel. We don't have levitation.
Yes.
We don't have possession, as in like me controlling you like through the mind. We don't have telekinesis.
Actually,
we don't have teleportation.
Not only time travel, we don't have time stop either, do we?
Yeah, we don't have time travel. We don't have time stop. Time stop is a big problem. Yeah,
let's just say we don't have time related.
Yeah, we don't have time related stuff. I think I wrote it down. I wrote magic cannot affect universal stuff. So you can't change weather. You can't change time. You can't manipulate space through telekinesis. Yep. So very, very big limitations on magic.
Not even speeding up the process of stuff?
No.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. Because
Yeah.
let's say you're trying to cook something. We have fire spells. So I can speed up the process of that cooking by incinerating the thing.
Yeah.
That's not...
Or
That's
like
just making it
crops.
hotter. That's speeding up the process by
Yeah, of making
actually,
it hotter. Yeah, it's just speeding up the cooking.
Yeah.
But you're not manipulating time. That's the thing.
yeah, you're not manipulating time.
What about just like if you're growing crops, but like can't wait weeks on end to have crop A to finish because crop B
Yeah,
finishes faster than the other.
there isn't that. There's none of that.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Damn.
We have 4 elements of Magicka, and it's well, technically there's 6, but there's a chart here. I'm not gonna show you guys the chart because it's not ready to be shown yet. Like, it's confusing, right? Also, there's spoilers on this one page, so I can't. It literally says someone dies, so I can't show it. We have Ignis, which is fire related stuff. We have Glacius, which is glacier or ice related stuff. Spectrus, which is a spectral sort of thing, and then Aethys, which is air related stuff. I'll explain what those are in a bit, but I'm just reading the chat here. Josiah says, although honestly, I feel like a lot of my writing nowadays, I just go. Might be why I'm better at comedy than serious stuff. Imagine a single dwarf just absorb the crystal. That'd be interesting. No, I agree with you writing random stuff. I agree. I definitely agree with writing random stuff. I feel like writing random is better than thinking about it for a long ass time and not writing anything. Because the more you write, practice makes perfect. The more you write, naturally you get better. You can only get better. I can't unless you're that guy who makes Minecraft in real life and puts his hand in front of a green screen. You're not gonna make the same video for years and years without any improvement. Like, that guy's retarded. We don't have to talk about that guy. He's an exception. He's got some problems. Angelo says, damn, I thought it was only medieval. Nah, it's medieval fantasy. Medieval fantasy. Always gotta have a little bit of elements of fantasy in there. Back with the magic system, where there's 2 more within. We call them the sigils, right? These are like, so we got Ignis, Glacius, Spectrus, and Aethys. Each one of these like counter each other. There's 2 more called Restorus and Terminus. Restorus and Terminus can be casted. So there's mana within every living thing. Mana is like an unseeable force. So in real life, the equivalent would be chi. You can't. There's no scientific way to measure chi, but some people believe in it, some people don't. All right. So let's say, just say for example, we all have chi inside our body. That's our life force. That would be mana in this world. People who are skilled at magic can manipulate their mana in their body into a Restorus sigil, and what that will allow them to do is restore themselves, recovery, or recover someone else. That's just with their hands. They're able to transfer their mana through someone else. A Terminus spell is to cancel out your own mana. So if someone shoots like a fireball at you, you're able to use a Terminus spell to cancel out the mana within you, to cancel out the mana in front of you, to cancel out that fireball. It's like it's basically a ward. If you guys do magic stuff, it's you're blocking the magic. The other 4 sigils, Ignis, Glacius, Aethys, Spectrus, cannot be casted using the hand because it's too powerful. You have to use a staff to cast it. Remember, all mana can only be in living things. You can't cast a fireball at a rock and then expect the rock to be bursted in flames because a rock is not alive. There's no mana in it. You can't manipulate it. A staff has to be alive for it to work. So each staff itself is alive. So something like a plant is alive. If you take if you take off the branch of a plant, that's still technically alive. It's not living, but it has enough mana in it. So you can cast magic with that. And those are like specially crafted staffs that have a lot of mana. So with that, you can turn all that mana into, say, the Ignis Sigil. So you're turning the mana particles into flame particles, and then that can do whatever. Fireball, just like a flame spell, a firebolt, whatever. That's the same thing for the Glacius and Aethys and Spectrus spells. The Spectrus is a unique one because it turns it into... The Spectrus Sigil can interact with physical objects. So I can turn my mana into a spectral cube, and that cube can shove other objects. I can also do that with wind because the Aethys spell, I'm using the mana to shove all the particles in the air, and could move physical objects, but it's not directly responsible for moving it. The Glacier spell, I can turn it into a physical ice spike that could spike into something and move it. I could Ignis something and I could burn it to move something, but you're not directly moving it. A spectral is like summoning a sword that can cut through people. That's different than summoning, like, you can't summon an ice sword, for example, or you can't do like an air sword. So the spectral allows you to form physical shapes. That's what the Spectrus does. air, fire, and ice, they're pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to explain that. But those are the only things you can do with magic in this world. You can combine them. So, say, Aethys Ignis would give you, like, a flame tornado or something. The problem with having it in a medieval setting is that you have to take care of a lot of stuff. So, let's say, for example, I have a fireball that's powerful enough to shatter the walls of a castle, which we don't have. Because a wall of a castle is not alive. You can't explode it. You can't do that, right? But if you could do that, castles would become redundant. Or if you could levitate, castles would become redundant. Because you have a castle wall here. I don't have to care about the castle wall. I just fly over it, or I teleport on top of it. Teleportation and flight, levitation, that's why we don't have them. Because otherwise you can fly over the castle wall. There's no point of having a castle anymore. You would have to change the entire structure of a castle. Same as the fireball thing. If fireballs are powerful enough to destroy physical objects, you need a magical shield around it to prevent magic from coming in. That, or you need a field around it to prevent magic use, period. That would leave it to only the medieval structure, like the medieval battle things. All that. So there you go. There's a magic system explained as well. That's stuff that I don't explain inside the show directly. And I don't think you should. If you have a powerful magic system, I don't think you should spend a few episodes talking about how the system works. Nobody cares how the system works, as long as it works and there is no loopholes in your system. Yeah, so don't spend episodes and episodes explaining the magic system. Show it working, and then never break your own rules. As long as it works in your head, and you can't break your own system in your head, it's fine. Like, don't go into too much detail about it. Back to the show. Back to the drawing thing. Josiah says, I'd be really interested to see a castle designed with people being able to fly in mind, while still being medieval. How would that work? Because, first of all, I would think to cover up the top. Okay, so you have a dome on the top. I'm not going to make it a dome because if it rains or snows, it's going to be too heavy. So I was going to make it like a triangle thing, right? So you get, say for example, you get a big cylinder or something with a big spike on top. That's basically how it's going to work, right? That still looks medieval. Except it to be a huge spike. I'm so sorry, you guys can't really see me properly. But the thing is, I don't know what's stopping them from flying on top of your castle, putting a bomb on your castle, flying back down, exploding it, and then flying back in through that hole. That's what I'm worried about. To design something that could counteract flying is really difficult, to be honest. You'd have to... I'm thinking of modern day solutions. You'd have to build some sort of anti-air system. That's what I'm thinking of. Because there's nothing stopping jets in this day and age flying over a base and then dropping bombs on them. Unless you have anti-air to shoot down the jet before it gets too close. You'd have to... I don't know. Josiah says, well, sometimes it's worth explaining your magic system, I think. Sometimes for smart fight... What? For smart fights, having a really deep and understood magic system can be really cool. Yeah. There are times where you can explain it. But when you think about Harry Potter, for example, they don't explain their magic system. Because they don't need to. But when there is a need to, like you have to have a fundamental understanding of the system in order for the fight to work. Yeah, then you need it. Hey, Mods, can you delete that comment in the stream, please?
Yeah.
Spam. Thank you. Oh, wait, back onto this.
Thank God I'm not too stupid to not know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, it is right there.
So Harry, what do you think? What about Harry and Eric? What do you think about the new lore that I just dropped with like the origins of Lazuria and the Ender?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Think it's fine?
Yep.
Don't see
Sounds
anything wrong
good
with that.
so far. Yeah, so seems good so far.
Cool.
I mean, if it is like 1,000 years ago, I mean, it is kind of like those folklores and stuff. It's just like,
Yeah,
ooh,
exactly.
this
Exactly.
happened.
Yeah.
We thought about that for a bit. We were like, can I say the? Hold on, I'm about to drop a massive spoilers. I'm not gonna do it. But we realized while we were writing Lev, so a few years ago, we realized that World War II was about 100 years ago, a bit less than 100 years ago, and the effects of World War II are like almost entirely worn off. Like the physical effects of it. Nobody's like when you think of a World War II movie and you think about the cities there. None of the cities look like that anymore. We're no longer destroyed. The people aren't hiding in terror anymore. But that was only 100 years ago. When you think about the grand scheme of things, the fact that it's been 19 years since Zero, like it's been 2,000 something years. An event that happened 100 years ago is actually not that long ago.
Well, you could actually bring up something that's actually 100 years ago, which is end of World War One.
That's more than 100 years ago, no?
That is 100 years ago.
Is it exactly 100 years ago?
1919.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I thought it was 4 years, like 4 years for World War One. So like 1914 to 1918.
Yeah. So
Wait, what is 1919?
1919 is when the Treaty of Versailles was.
Oh, okay. If you count the Treaty of Versailles as the end of World War One, yeah, sure.
You should.
Yeah.
I mean that does mark the end of the war.
That's true. Yeah. But think about it. It's just 100 years ago.
Yeah.
When I say 100 years, it sounds like a long ass time. But then you think about the context of it, and it's like, not that was 100 years ago. And then
Right?
the effects of it are, they're no longer relevant. Yeah, of course we still talk about World War One as a major disaster.
You could say you should say like the physical effects.
Yeah. Of course we all have like, okay, we've seen an example of how bad war can be. That's an effect, right? Like, we've seen an example of how bad war can be. We don't want it to repeat.
Yes.
We don't want to avoid war at all costs. Yes,
Yes.
that's still an effect that lasts. But
Yes.
yeah, the physical effects.
Physical effects because land changes, people change, and
Yeah, exactly.
So does anything in the world. So yeah, the only thing that changes is.
I see that I Love Philippines is talking in the chat. He says, "Can you teach me how to draw because I like to draw, but I'm not good. Like you guys, I can only draw cartoon characters." Well, I'm not that good at drawing either. This is actually my first ever drawing on a digital medium of a person that's not Minecrafty. Because I'm guessing I Love Philippines, you're new to the channel here, but this is the stuff that I'm making for Levaslier, which is my animated web series on this channel. So I make animations. I don't really do drawings that much. But if you'd like to see what I'm doing and stick along, that'd be great as well. I mean, I'm sure you can learn something just by watching how I do things. Well, I'd love to hear you like talk a bit more in the chat as well. Josiah says, it's already old enough that kids of this generation don't really know anything about it. Yeah, not just talking about myself. The other day, a history teacher that I saw online somewhere, he said, so he's a history teacher, he's teaching the kids about 9/11, and the kids' response was, "That's a real thing? I thought it was just a meme."
What?
I heard that too.
Yeah, that's 2013. That's not even 100 years ago. That's, what, 16 years ago?
I mean, to be fair, it is history now.
Yeah. But, oh my god.
16? No, it's 2001.
2001. I thought it was 2003.
No.
2001.
No, see,
$201.
even my history is shit. No, 2003 is SARS, because I got SARS.
I would excuse it because it's recent history and they don't really teach that recent of history.
Yeah, no, I think 2003 because I got SARS in Hong Kong. SARS is a big like medical problem that happened a while ago in Hong Kong, I think. I caught it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder what the history books are gonna write about, like 2019 or like 2018 or whatever. Like probably nothing, right? Like what's happened?
Well, that depends if there is even is a world 10 years later to write history about this year.
Okay, let's assume there was. What would you write about? 2019. No, okay, not 2019 because we're in the beginning of 2019. 2018.
I'd
Like,
say
what's
people-
significant enough that's happened that's like only one thing. So not a shooting. Because there were like, I don't know how many shootings there were in 2018. It was a disaster. But you're not going to write every single shooting down.
No, because they're
Yeah, no.
Because they happen so damn much, it's not worth reporting anymore. Like, I mean, yeah, you got to report it. Like, it sounds really bad. But in the history, it's not going to last in the history books.
No, I think not even on news will all of them be
Well, we recently
reported.
just had a shooting in New York. Sorry, not New York. New Zealand.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's not all the shootings in the world, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, I'm in Hong Kong, and I woke up that morning, and Facebook asked me if I was okay. It thought I was still in Australia or something.
Yeah. My teacher, my practicum teacher, who's from New Zealand, was like, these foreigners ruining our country. How sad.
Hayes Angelo says the battle of PewDiePie versus T-Series would be on the history books.
No, that's 2018, no?
No, they're still going.
But it's.
I think
started
T-Series just
on
beat
2018,
PewDiePie.
right? Did it?
Yeah, I don't follow it because I don't really care about either of them, but it's like it's a fun thing to follow just because it's it's a funny thing.
No, because, well, the reason why it's important is because if T-Series win, that means nobody, just like that's not tied to a company, can beat anyone. Like then it has to be company versus company.
Yeah,
that's
but
why-
like, does that matter? You don't have to be number
Uh,
one on YouTube to earn a living.
No, but like the thing is that,
It's more of a political thing.
I
So-
was about to say if it was like more of a like a what do you call it? Symbolic thing.
Yeah. pretty
yeah,
much.
it's kind of like 21st century type, like 21st century type of thing where it's just like people are able to
Become something even
entrepreneurs
if you're
without
not.
getting a
Even if you're
college
not
degree.
in a. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, YouTube isn't the best way to earn money. I can say that.
Right, of course,
Fact.
but
I get what you're saying. Entirely.
yeah,
Let's say it's like PewDiePie is the American dream right now, and Team Series is
The Indian dream.
what?
Sorry.
No. T Series is basically who's that guy? Tom from
What? What?
The Great Gatsby.
Oh. What the fuck?
Oh,
There was
man.
no context there. He goes, PewDiePie is the American dream, and T-Series is Tom. What? Who the fuck is Tom? Tom and Jerry? What the fuck?
So in this context, PewDiePie is Gatsby, and then yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
T-Series is
For me,
Tom
it's just a
and
very symbolic thing. It's significant to me because it's important for for digital marketing. You have to understand how this works. Hey, I Love Philippines says you have to go sleep now. All right, see ya. Thanks for joining us, though. But no, it's symbolic because you can once you study how PewDiePie grew and how T-Series grew, and you can compare them and you can learn from them. That's what's important to me as a digital marketer. You can learn from that. Otherwise, if T-Series goes on the top, that does not change anything. You know what I mean?
Well, it changes people psychologically.
That's because they're weak. If you're look, if you want to succeed on YouTube, you will succeed on YouTube. Like, what's stopping you? You think like, oh, T-Series made it to the top, so I'm not gonna make it? Like, there's no what's the correlation there? What's the correlation between someone doing some group in India doing something versus what you're doing? No correlation.
Not
If
really.
you think
It's
if,
just
if
it's just a mental effect.
yeah, no, you're right, and it wouldn't affect you mentally if you were weak. Then that's the only thing. If you're weak
Yeah.
enough and you're susceptible to that, then that's your problem. That's not, that's not YouTube problem. That's not T-Series problem either. It's not like, oh, we gotta help PewDiePie win this war. It's just
It's not. No.
stop being so weak.
No.
Acknowledge that they have nothing to do with you and do your own thing.
Well, but the thing is that like YouTube was was a people's platform where like, people are able to.
And no, even if T-Series wins, it still is. That doesn't change.
It still
anything.
is, but the thing is that like now like you have everything like Vivo, all the Jimmies and stuff like that are like taking over everything.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and it's bad when you have them on your feed and you don't care about them.
Yeah, and they're trending.
Yeah.
Because they're companies.
I don't know if it's just me, but I never see anything trending on my YouTube feed.
Because you don't click the trendings page.
Yeah, exactly. I don't click the trendings page. Because I don't care about what's trending. It might just be me. I don't know.
It's not just you, but it's like we're the 1% here, and everyone else checks out the trending page.
Really? Okay.
I mean, I don't mind checking the trendings page.
We're the 1% here.
There's usually nothing for me on the trendings page. Cause
yeah. No.
I'm thinking about all the stuff that I watch on YouTube. Do you guys
all
want
the
to see... What?
All the fucking stuff we watch are like obscure.
Let's check my YouTube feed. I'm gonna go on my YouTube feed right now. Oh, I just went onto my videos. Oh no, you're gonna get the spoilers. Yee! Leave! I left. Oh fuck, no. YouTube.com. Alright, got it. I left. Cool. Alright, so what's on my YouTube feed? My YouTube feed is Hiroyuki Sawano playlist, Shingeki no Kyojin playlist, How to Armbar from Close Guard, that's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So we've got 2 soundtracks, MMA, hacking, soundtracks, Skyrim memes, MMA, writing lore, MMA, soundtrack, MMA, making a game, MMA, psychological stuff, Bragger's live streaming right now, MMA. I only watch MMA, man. Like, most of the stuff here is related to sports stuff. Or soundtracks. That's the 2 big things I see here. There's nothing... I don't see anything, like, that I wouldn't click on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this is your personalized...
I don't understand why you would go onto the trending. Like, why would you think I don't want to see what I usually watch? What is this? It's all Chinese.
People just do. They go like, what do other people watch?
I don't understand that. I don't understand why you have to care what other people watch. It's like, if I don't have an interest in it, I don't have an interest in it.
Because you're a fucking sociopath.
Can't say it wrong though.
That's why.
Josiah says, hold on a second. What's going on in the chat? Josiah says, YouTube has been favoring companies over individuals for ages without reason. They want PewDiePie to hit 100 mil before T-Series does, because they probably have to give him a milestone trophy, like the 50 mil trophy. He says, yo, the trending page is dumb. I literally never use it. Thank you. And it doesn't even make sense a lot of the time. Yeah, thanks. Like, I don't...
Yeah, thanks.
YouTube favors companies for a reason, and that's because they have money, and YouTube likes money.
Yep.
As someone without money, we don't have the right to argue against that, because we have no money. And money speaks. That's the sad truth.
It's more like, people did see YouTube as like a people's platform. Back in like 2007, 2009, when everyone's just like there watching cat videos. Now people watch music, and well, it's no longer it's no longer about people connecting with people.
You want to know why music does so well? It's cause I explained this the other day about how important watch time is, right? And I also explained that if you watch the entire video through, YouTube likes that video and it promotes it more. Using that algorithm, when you have, say, Justin Bieber's new song, first of all, you're going to listen to the entire song, so you're staying for the entire video. And then you're also giving them however many minutes of watch time. So those are two extremely good signals to YouTube. Also, you add the name Justin Bieber, so you get 1 million clicks on it. You get 1 million clicks, almost 1 million people stay, and 1 million people watch it for the entire video. Maybe like 99999, not 1 million, because you need a few haters, whatever. Right? But that sends so many good signals, and that's not just Justin Bieber. It's like any music maker out there. So that's why music channels always do very, very damn well. It's just that one algorithm. That algorithm, by the way, is designed for people. It's not designed for companies. It's designed for people. It just so happens that there's a flaw in that the music does extremely well. I don't know if it's a flaw or not. Because, listen, it does what it's supposed to do. It keeps people on the platform longer, and it earns YouTube more money. So, ultimately, for YouTube, it's a good thing.
Yeah, for YouTube, it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, I can imagine, if you are a fan of Justin Bieber, it's a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
Because you get Justin Bieber music. It's, I like Justin Bieber. It's, it's fine. Josiah says you did discover Mr. Beast thanks to it, though. I don't know where I discovered Mr. Beast. I think I discovered him through Yomemi. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch Mr. Beast that much. I don't think I'm even subscribed to Mr. Beast, to be honest. Wait. When's the last time you subscribed to someone, Harry? When's the last time you subscribed to someone?
I don't know, a month ago when I subscribed to like when I subscribed to JoJo memes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when I don't think I subscribed to anyone recently. I think the subscription is also useless on YouTube now because you need to hit the fucking bell.
Right.
I have never.
Yeah. Why do I need to like subscribe?
Why do you need a two-step process for that?
Yeah.
Wait, Eric, you're about to say something?
I never hit the bell before.
Right? Josiah said for a moment I thought Harry was gonna say he subscribed to me.
No.
One small moment of happiness gone.
If we work with Josiah, I might.
Yeah. Shit. I wonder if I'll I wonder when I'll be able to get the news for PAX back, because that'll be fun. It was also, I think this time I'll be a lot better of a panel as well, just because I won't be. Well, first of all, I'm gonna make sure this time that it's either streamed or it's not streamed, not in the middle.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna make me not pissed off. That's gonna make the entire thing a lot better, I think.
No, last time you thought it was going to. It took.
No. I did not think it was going to be streamed. They said it was going to be streamed.
Oh.
It was not streamed.
So it was a 720-degree change.
Yes, exactly. Wait, it was a change so big that it didn't even go 360 degrees. It went 360 degrees on the X and Y axis and somehow turned into the Z axis. Like it turned in every fucking possible direction. Don't know what happened. So I gotta make sure it's either one streamed or it's not streamed at all. Once that's clarified, good. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Also, there's not one of that was nerves on me anymore because I've done it once already. Josiah says I'm already doing so many things. It's kind of fun compared to the entire year where I did absolutely anything. Right? I think Josiah, you're understanding the hustle mentality of when you start doing something, you can't stop doing something because you feel so active now. It's the same thing with sports. Once you start doing sports, you can't stop doing sports. Your body starts like shaking and whatnot. It's uncomfortable. But no, I like that mentality because you get stuff done. It's a good thing. But you know what, Josiah? You're gonna run into a problem when you work with people now, because this hustle mentality is rare. Most people don't have it, especially you're in a different area of Australia than I am, but in my part of Australia, nobody wants to work. Like everybody, they get off school or whatever, they get off work, they're done. Like they go back home and they play games or whatever. Like no more work. So when you have the hustle mentality, you're done with work, you go back home, you do more work. When you're doing a team project, and there's a lot of shit to do, you're gonna be like hauling everything, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's fine, but then it's also something you gotta point out. You don't get extra points for it. Harry, how's your day been going?
Oh, it's been a full day of lecture until like 5:50.
I don't know why when you said, "Oh, it's full," I thought you were gonna go Fusrota.
My day's been Fusrota.
Yeah.
No. So we started this day off with a visit to a place called Hip Hong Society. It's a place that helps children with additional needs. Oh, by the way, apparently, so I think someone in yesterday's lecture or like today's lecture told us that the new word for special educational needs is additional needs.
The fuck?
I think it's like some liberal stuff.
Yeah, it does sound like a very liberal thing.
No, because in early childhood setting, we don't want to it's a thing that we don't want to label the child, quote unquote.
But you're still labeling him as additional needs.
Yeah.
I don't
so
know.
I was like,
I mean, I don't give a shit because it's a title. And, like that doesn't affect me.
yeah, I no, I think the same way as well.
Yeah. But okay, put yourself in the shoes of a special kid. Would you rather be called special or additional needs? I don't know. I like being called special.
I don't know. I think additional needs is kind of in like white people mind is like a euphemism.
I feel like when you call someone additional needs, it's implying that they don't have enough or they're not smart enough, so they need something special, which is worse than calling someone special.
Right.
Because when you call someone special, you can say you're unique. You've got some part of you that nobody has.
Right, exactly.
When you call someone additional needs, they're lacking something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you for a bit to chat. Josiah says, I know what you mean. This was referring to the group stuff that I said earlier. Thankfully, most of the stuff I've been working on with people hasn't caused an issue. For vaping, for voice acting, I'm not the boss. For I almost went raping. For art role playing, it's fine to let them take their time. Josiah says, and we've been organizing this project on the Machinima server, which has been going well. Most of the people have done their parts very quickly. It reminds me, I'm supposed to help someone do voice acting, but I haven't done it yet, and it's been a few months. Hey Angelo says, do you have a cat? No, I do not have a cat. I have 2 cats. I would bring him onto the stream, but here's the 2 cats I have. I have 1 black cat and I've got 1 fat cat. The black cat talks to me. I'm aware that that makes me sound insane, but let me explain.
No, he talks to me as well.
Yeah, but he talks to me. Actually, he has conversations with me. He talks about how my food is and how his day went, you know, and whatnot. He plays fetch with me. I'm not kidding, right? My cat talks to me. He comes into my room and goes, ah. That's how he doesn't go meow. He goes, ah. And then you look at him and you go, back, and he goes, ah. That's the conversation.
For me, he basically says, hi, how's it going? That's it.
Leaves.
Yeah.
Leaves. Yeah. But the thing with the black cat is, like, he's so energetic. He's so fun to play with. By the way, I live with my parents, right? I live with my parents and a housemaid. The black cat loves me and the housemaid, but doesn't talk to my parents. So anyway, we've got these like little toy mouses around. I can pick up the mouse, I wave it in front of the black cat, and somebody's like, oh, it's a mouse. And I throw it, and he'll run after it, and he'll pick it up, and he'll bring it back to me. It's like playing fetch with a dog. It's so cute. And then, so that's a black cat. Fat cat likes everyone except me. He's fat. He's like 18 pounds. Last time I measured him yesterday. 18 pounds. He's, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, he's got, like, brown orangish fur. It's not ginger. It's like brown orangish fur with like black stripes, and then he's got like a white belly. So that's that big fat cat. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't play. Doesn't talk. Doesn't do anything. He just sleeps. That's it. Except when you put out a laser. When you pull out a laser, that's when he goes. Oh fuck! Let me show you the picture of the I'm gonna switch to my my camera real quick. So I eat every time we eat dinner. We've got these like rafters on the top of our house where the cats can run about. So I was eating dinner, and the black cat likes going on top of the rafters and just stares at us. So I thought, oh, that's cute. So I took a picture, and hold on. Yep, this is right. So oh god, it's gonna. There's the cat right there. He's like on top of the rafters. Hold on, let me get the right spot. He's asleep, right? He's asleep. So I go, okay, I got a closer up picture. I posted this on Facebook. I said, he's asleep. He's asleep. So I take that picture and I upload it to Facebook. Literally like 2 seconds later. Hold on, let me make sure I get a good picture of this. There you go. Literally 2 seconds later, he awake. And he's just staring at us. Oh, it's the best. Oh. Anyway, that's Black Cat. If you're wondering if they have names, they do. But they're in Chinese, so I can only say their Chinese names. It's Fun Fun for the fat cat, and then Hey Hey for the black cat. And Fun and Hey together, it makes happiness. So we have Fun Fun, which is like happy happy, and then Hey Hey, which is like happy happy too. There you go. Funnily enough, Hey Hey is for in my mind, it's kind of like double meaning, because black in Mandarin is hey, and that sounds a lot like the Cantonese hey. So it sounds like black black, and it sounds like happy happy at the same time. Anyway, cats. There you go, Chinese cats.
Officers, I swear.
What's up?
Just listen to me. They talk to me. Just hear me out.
Andrea says, funny story, a while ago we talked about ranks, and for Jules... Oh, right, yeah. No, I didn't say you were third rank. I said you're either for third or second. I can't decide.
You can't decide whether you value your cat more or your girlfriend more?
Yeah. Hates Angelo says, hey, Monica. What does that have to do with anything? Is there something that I said?
Yes.
Hey, and...
Oh, hey. Oh, my mind wasn't on English mode. I didn't understand that.
I'm not sure how Monica is relevant, though.
No, because there's a song called Hey Monica.
I know there's a song called Hey Monica. I'm not sure how to general thing. Anyways.
Back to Lev. I have a question.
Yep.
Do you have like? I'm not sure if I remember it correctly or not, but like, do you guys have like half races? Like half of something and half of the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first of all, the Sacrosarans themselves are a mixture of the tribes and the elves.
Okay.
And then a Lazurian and a Sacrosaran can also have a mix. A dwarf and a Lazurian is also a mix that we have so far. Yeah.
Okay.
I like how in Skyrim there isn't a mix.
What are you talking about? A Breton is a mix.
Is it? What's a mix of?
Elf and human.
Elf? Oh shit. What? Wait, which elf? High elf?
Whoever went to the up area.
Up area.
Not high elves, because high elves stayed on the Somerset Isles.
Yeah, stayed on Somerset Isles.
Whoever went up.
The ones who went to Morrowind?
No, Morrowind is Dunmer. That's on the opposite side. Bretons are from High Rock, next to Orsinium. It's not the orcs.
Is it Wood Elves?
Might be.
Yeah, might be.
What happens if a Khajiit sleeps with an Argonian? I don't want to know. Never mind.
Find out in the lusty Argonian maid.
I was like, what the fuck? I was expecting you to be continued.
Oh. Do, 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 do.
Oh fuck. By the way, what do y'all think of this dude's face? Cause I don't know. The eyes are pretty typical. If you ever look at my drawings and I draw digital art like eyes, they're all gonna be exactly the same because I have like a formula of drawing them. It's the same eyes as the dudes on my shirt, by the way. It's exactly the same.
We should start drawing different eyes as well.
I don't know why,
Probably.
but what you have there, what you have on your drawing is like someone from Dishonored.
You're late to the stream. We were talking about how Eric asked earlier, how did you come up with the character design? So I said, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Something got wedged in my throat. Sorry. So I said, so we already have a character design. We didn't have a name for him because back in 2017, I made this small animation to do a test. It was Chief beating the shit out of some guy in a red cloak. That was just gonna be the skin of Dowd, and then we came up with the name Dowd. The name Dowd was based off of Dishonored Dowd.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well we've got to do it in a red cloak already. Let's search up Dishonored Dowd because it's more high res, right? Because it's not Minecraft. So I searched up Dishonored Dowd, and then I looked at him. I was like, okay, well he wears a red cloak as well. Let's take what we can. I took the red cloak. The main jacket is from Dowd with small modifications. So this military cuff here and this military cuff up there. The belts are exactly the same. If you search up Dishonored Dowd, the horizontal belts, the diagonal and the horizontal belts exactly the same.
No wonder I feel so. No wonder it looks so fucking similar.
Yeah. What I've changed is the inner shirt and the bracers on the arms, and then the legs as well, and the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
primarily
wonder
the
it
outfit
looks
is
so
from that.
fucking similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that your antagonist looks like some Mexican guy,
Wait,
in my opinion.
did you have a picture of a Mexican person in your head, or like of a specific Mexican person with a name, or were you just thinking random Mexican person?
Random Mexican.
Oh, okay. It'd be funny if you had like an actual Mexican person in your head that I could Google, put them side by side. Eddie Bravo. Nobody. I'm not sure how many people here know who Eddie Bravo is.
Sounds familiar.
I'll leave it at that. If I start talking about Eddie, I'm gonna get into an entire other conversation. Then I'm never gonna stop that conversation. So I'd rather not.
Let's not.
Exactly.
Let's not.
Fuck. I can't draw lines.
Yeah, I'll just search it on my own time.
By the way, Harry, I'm still drawing without the fucking WACOM.
Yeah.
I talked, like, the first thing I did on the stream was show how I could do pressure without the WACOM, but then it's still, like, kind of annoying.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought of buying a new one, to be honest. Like, I mean, I have one that works perfectly fine, but I was wondering if I could get an upgrade. Something with a... But the things... see, if I wanted an upgrade, I'd get something with a screen. But the ones with the screens are so damn expensive.
yeah, that's like an upgrade from level 1 to level 50.
Yeah, but, like, the screens are so much more useful.
But you don't need that.
You don't need it, but you could do so much better with the screen. Just because you can see everything?
But well, think of it like cost versus effectiveness. How much more
True.
effective
Yeah.
would it actually be
Yeah. True.
with the screen on your hand compared to you either buying an iPad or just buying a Wacom, which you've been familiarizing yourself with
Well,
for the past, I don't know how
wait,
many years.
Wacoms are also have screens on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Expensive
talking about the
ones.
ones without screens,
Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
you have familiarized yourself with. I'm sure.
Angelo just said screen tablets. You say there is a new one by Wacom which is called Cintiq 16. I did see that in the store the other day.
I mean, slight learning curve, but I doubt it's going to be a major learning curve.
The learning curve between never drawing digital art to tablet with no screen is higher than tablet with screen. Because if you come from a traditional art background, you're used to looking at the paper and then having your hand where your eyes are. When you're drawing with a tablet that has no screen, your eyes and your hands are in two different places. You don't have the hand-eye coordination anymore.
Oh yeah.
So it's much easier to draw with a screen than without. Angelo says it's also much cheaper than the previous models by Wacom. Oh, that's interesting.
So it's like an iPod.
An iPod? What?
Yeah, it's like you want to have like the functions of a iPod Nano or iPod Mini, but you don't want to buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
Or that's how I'm interpreting it right now.
Well, no, it's not like... Hold on, let me rephrase that. The screen tablets are better than the non-screen tablets. You can't argue that.
Yep.
Because you can see what's in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you get one without the screen, that's like getting an iPod rather. Because it no longer has a screen, so it does the same thing. It's just not as good as doing it. Ooh, that's gonna be annoying.
But I wonder why it took so like
What now?
drawing tablets this long to be like, let's actually make a screen for our products.
They've always been there. It's just price. Price has always been a big issue.
So I feel like it hasn't been, or I haven't seen it as often back then than now, actually.
I feel like it might be the fact that professionals use it more. So you rarely see like amateurs using it. Because you think like what they draw animes on.
Paper.
Yeah, but you gotta turn it into digital.
Fax it. Scan it.
Yeah, you gotta trace it. So you trace it with the thing, the screen tablet. That's the easiest way to do it. And then it's also okay. One is the price. Second is the space, because those things are bulky as fuck. Angelo says, Lamal, do you know the cheapest screen tablet is actually 250 USD? Let me transfer that to Hong Kong real quick. 2,000 Hong Kong. That's actually not bad.
No. That's like double the price of mine.
Yeah, because yours doesn't have a screen.
No, actually more than double. I'd say like 3 times.
Yeah, but no, because yours doesn't have a screen. Usually
but
screen tabs are usually 4,000 something.
Why do you need a screen tablet?
Because you could draw a lot better with it.
How much better are you going to draw with that compared to...
I think significantly. because you get your hand-eye coordination back. Like, say for example, like a big problem you have when you're using WACOM tablets that don't have a screen is, say for example, I need to trace this line. Sorry, you guys can't see that properly. So draw this line. Say that's the pencil line, right? And I have to sketch over it with the WACOM because I can't see the screen. I don't know where my hand's going. If the WACOM tablet is nudged slightly, like diagonally, your straight line is now going to be diagonal like that because the tablet is not aligned with the screen. And so a big problem you're going to see with people drawing tablets, if I'm trying to trace this with red, for example, I'll go like that and I'll be undo, 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 and I'll leave it at that. Right? It takes me like several tries to get the line I want. If you have a screen, that's not going to happen because your eyes are where your hand are. You have the hand-eye coordination restored. You don't have to repeat 9,000 times to get the thing you want. So it's a lot more efficient. A lot more efficient. I think most of the shadows are done. I just need to add like the big ass shadows.
Oh,
Jesus. Damn. You okay?
So how long did it take for you to complete this one?
Digitally or the physical one? Yeah.
The digital.
Well, I just started today. Cause wait, what day? Today's the 22nd. I finished the physical one on 20th, and I started doing the digital today. Yeah.
Which is how long?
When do I wake up? I woke up at 3 o'clock. I started working at 3, so 3 to now is like 6 hours.
You're doing this without tablet as well. How fast do you think you would
well,
you
no,
reckon
with tablet and mouse, it's not about speed. If I'm changing from mouse to tablet, it's about beauty. Because if I had a tablet, I'd spend more time on it, but I'd get a much nicer result. If I was allocated 50 hours on tablet versus 50 hours on mouse, I'd get a much nicer result on 50 hours tablet. Does that shadow make sense?
It's the hand, right? It's supposed to be.
No, I'm drawing the. Does that?
Yeah, it looks like it looks like it's the shadow of the hand, which should be there, right?
No, because the light's coming. Light's coming from this way. So.
I'm not sure where.
It would just be. This is the shadow of the body, mainly.
Yeah, whatever. You judge. You judge.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I will.
Your call.
I will pray that it makes sense. There you go. Whatever.
I feel like if the character you've drawn is like, what happens if you skip leg day in a gym?
Right? That's what I've been thinking of as well. Because his upper body looks so much bigger than his lower body.
Your guy looks like someone from JoJo.
I don't remember any black person from JoJo.
No, like the body build.
Yeah. Angelo says shadow is good, thanks. But no, you're right. His upper body is much bigger than his lower body. I'm not sure if it's like a height thing. Is his legs too short? Or what? Like
his
Short. It's short and
yes, your leg is a lot shorter.
I think it's
Like,
just short.
Legs too short.
That's what I was been thinking as well. But I measured like, that's the hand to knee distance. Let me stand up. But I'm pretty sure the hand to knee distance is like about the same thing. Wait, I'm tilting. I feel like the distance is correct. I just don't know.
But
Maybe it's
I mean,
the.
Your,
I mean, for someone
I
like
think,
me,
I
like,
think your trouser. You, you know the gap between the trouser and your thing,
Like here?
the masculine part of your
Yeah.
body. Um, it's a bit, it's a bit tight there. I think. You could drag that a bit down.
Wouldn't that make his
I
legs
think
even shorter?
I think the gap should start a bit more down, which means you should be dragging your legs a lot longer.
mm.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Andre says the
this guy
coat is
is
giving the
pretty
illusion that he has thin legs.
a tad bit.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair, some people do look like this.
Imagine leg kicking that guy. It could be another thing is the angle of the camera.
No, it's just the legs being
No.
too short.
The leg.
Angelo says, I'll try to send one on Discord. I mean, send what I think is right. Sure? Wait, now? Hold on. I'm gonna check Discord on my phone so I don't accidentally pull up Discord here and then show some, like, weird messages. No, not yet. Okay. I don't want to pull the legs off right now because it feels like a bit weird at the moment. Might stretch the legs later on.
I mean, if you don't mind having that type of build as your character,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, we could always append it later on. It doesn't really matter. Harry, what do you think about his overall, like, character build, though? I mean, not
His
character
overall
design, my
character
bad.
build. To be honest, I don't know why, but in my mind, I always had doubt as like this. You know the fat, fucking zombie pigman from Captain Sparkle's Take Back the Night.
Yeah. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
For some reason, I always had that as the image of doubt.
Yeah, I don't know why you had that image.
I don't know.
DK Akinov just says hello. Hey, DK Akinov, nice to see you again.
It's probably because of the
laugh. Yeah. Yeah, no, I always saw him as the guy that we had in that demo animation, the red dude.
Sure.
It's also, I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but the general in the prologue also wears this outfit, just with less stuff on him.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're all generals. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't have the belts and the shin muscle. I mean, the shin muscle. The shin guards. Angelo, you said you sent something. Where did you send it? Oh, I got it.
The leg is dragged like.
Wait, what did you change, man? Hold on, Angelo just sent.
The leg's dragged out, I think.
Oh.
Looks
Yeah,
like
you're
it.
right. That does look better. Yeah, cause yeah, you're right. You guys are right. The legs are way too short.
Exactly.
What Angelo did, actually, yeah, I like what Angelo did. He stretched. You stretched just the lower leg, right?
Stretch your thigh a bit more as well.
Sorry, you overcooked the mic. What was that?
Stretch your thigh as well.
Thigh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that afterwards. Because it's going to take me a while of fiddling to do. We've also got 10 minutes of stream left.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. You cool with his face?
The face is alright. I don't see much wrong.
I'm still gonna append it a bit more because right now it's a bit.
Yeah. Could be better.
Yeah.
Could look.
I know. I could do a better job. Right now, I've literally just painted one color on his face. That's it.
Could look less like Hitler without the mustache.
Hold on. The second you said that, you tempted me to put the thing on.
Oh my God.
We're going there, aren't we?
You know what I'm gonna draw it with? I'm gonna draw it with red because he's actually bleeding. He doesn't have a mustache here. He's just bleeding. Doesn't look anything like the guy. He doesn't have the hairstyle. Yeah, he's got a big chunk of meat missing from his lips. That's not a mustache. Don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't?
I might give him a little bit of what do you call it? The oh my god.
What?
I did that in one stroke. Oh my god. You're gonna see it in the stream in a second. No, I'm gonna give him one of those like faded out. Like, you know what Rico has?
Right.
That.
Oh.
Like a little bit of faded out
Yeah.
stuff.
I thought we're not supposed to talk about that guy. Moving on.
Angelo says, "Oh God!" After staring at the face, it reminds me of the president of the Philippines.
Wait. Right now it looks like the what's that movie with RDJ? Thunder something.
What?
I'm not sure.
I think it's RDJ before he became Iron Man.
Huh.
He's like a
Still not sure.
military guy.
Is it that one movie where he played as
It's
that guy?
spawned like one of the picture memes.
Oh, the blackface.
Yeah,
Gone.
that one. The suck my something one.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it.
Yo,
I actually really
yo,
wanted to
yo,
watch
yo, yo, yo,
just after that.
yo, Harry. You wanna
Huh.
give him a not the mustache, the eye patch?
Now
Because
he looks like Nick Fury.
okay, okay, not because he looks like Nick Fury, but it's his eyes at Nick Fury as well. No, okay, no, not just that. Think about Dowd's second form. Don't say what form it is. Think about it.
What?
Think about Dowd's other form.
Yeah.
Think about what he looks like.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. We'll leave it there because
Sure.
that's really close. Okay.
Sure.
Nick Fury. What if I gave him glasses?
I once trusted somebody.
Why would you give him glasses?
Because I'm memeing the fuck out of this dude, yo.
I forgot the
Before you mean, man.
Oh no, he looks like Eddie Bravo.
Next thing you know, he's gonna look like Tony Ferguson.
Ferguson. Tony Ferguson needs bigger ears.
It just so happens that this guy's face is very memeable right now.
I know, right? You can keep adding stuff to it and it keeps on working. Hey, Eric, you said he looks like a Mexican. What about that? Hold on, just give it a bit. You're gonna see it in a bit. You're gonna see it in a bit.
Oh wait, actually, Harry, that goatee he has right now looks like the double Zeta guy from Xeon.
Yeah.
I based the goatee on Eddie Bravo. That name's gonna keep popping up whenever you're streaming with me or talking with me. 5 minutes left. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'm just gonna finish memeing him. I wonder what else you can. What else? What other funny shit can you add to his face?
Taco hat.
What? Kaguya?
No, taco hat.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Wait, which taco hat? You mean the Hatham hat or the Mexican hat?
The Mexican one.
Okay. Hatham's hat. Alright, how do I draw a taco hat? Shit, I just gave him a damn shit. Oh fuck, I fell off my chair, Jesus Christ. Hold on, Josiah says 5 minutes challenge, Chief. Make him a chungus. Okay, make him change it. How? What does chungus look like? Alright, give me a picture of chungus. Chungus. There, that's a picture of perfect. Let me recognize his face. Teeth. Okay, ears. Okay, cool. Let's first of all, let's give him ears. Good start. And then we gotta give him the smile and the teeth. So let's fuck that off. And then let's do. And then what else? He's gotta be fat. He's gotta have the fluffy cheeks.
I like how after I broke the chungus,
He's turned into a butterfly. What the fuck?
What?
Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I like how after I broke the information broke the chungus to everyone on the stream. Everyone starts memeing chungus.
Yeah, I know,
especially
right?
the bat.
Oh, he needs to look high as well. He doesn't look high enough. His eyes need to be like.
You're not high enough.
I'm not high enough. This is like MS Paint, but with Photoshop. Perfect. Now it fits the laugh perfectly. If you guys are wondering, when I wrote the script, and we had Dowd, he had this. I wrote menacing laugh, and then while we were reading through it, Harry was voice acting as Chungus, and he looked at menacing laugh and I thought about it, and we didn't know what to do, so we both almost at the same time. I think we both went, "Hyo hyo 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 hyo." That game was so shaded with him. Oh, it's not gonna be like that in the actual thing. It's not gonna be like that. But it's just something we keep as in the back of our minds. Check the Discord. All right, let's check the Discord. We got a few minutes before we have to go, so. Ooh, nice job, Angelo. McFlurry says, I'm sorry, Andrea says, I don't know why, but your Dowd drawing looks like Duterte has a proper nose job, Lamau. That's the president. So the Filipino president. You're right. Now that you talk about the Filipino president, you're right. It does look like the Filipino president. I got it. The last thing I'll do is see, I don't know how to draw this. Y'all from Philippines, you're gonna get pissed at me for doing this. I don't know if this is correct, right? But this is off the top of my head. I believe it's something like this. Yeah, I'm gonna be so wrong, and it's gonna be so bad for me.
Hey.
How wrong am I?
Very.
Can you search it up?
But it's
How wrong am I?
okay because well, I don't know what you. I don't even know what you did. We'll see. Okay. Oh shit.
How wrong am I on this one?
Let's see. You are.
Omega wrong. You got the flag upside down in the mouth.
Yes, you did.
Oh, was the blue one supposed to be at the top?
Yep.
Ah.
And the 3 dots are not on the corner, so also wrong.
Oh wait, where are the 3 dots supposed to be?
Each corner of the triangle, white.
Oh, okay.
So the middle of the triangle.
Angela goes, "This means war."
Alright, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up now. Cool. Let me get my keybinds. Watch me sick keybinds. Yep. That's my face cam. That's right. Yep. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yeah. Perfect. First of all, before I go, YouTube has marked Chungus automatically from Josiah as spam. YouTube is learning. Anyway, thanks for staying, everyone. Thanks for watching. Check this out. Oh. Wait. Now. There we go. Make sure you give this video a like, because we can get more likes if people like. That is true. For every one person who likes it, we get 1 extra like on the video, and that's a good thing. Alright, cool. Thanks for staying, everyone. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Cool. See y'all next week. Cheers. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, ya. Alright. I can't hit the button.